Nilsson had several problems due to wear and tear in his back.
Those nerves are like a cushion that's between the vertebrae. Those things were eliminated. It was bone against bone. So I was no longer able to move normally because they became hardened one on top of the other. For the last 10 years, I've been undergoing treatments. And the doctors, one day they told me that there was no cure and that I could only do physical therapy and take medications to relieve the pain. And so they said that not even surgery could help me.
He could not even walk a short distance and his back would lock up. Then he'd just sit down on the curb screaming, "Help me, carry me, take me." Many times he would just stay there on the sidewalk.
I have this card, which is a free pass to travel to any state in Brazil, and also this other free pass for urban buses. I also have this other permit so I can park my car in handicapped parking spots because of my difficulty getting around.
And I would say, my God, every night I have to give him a massage.
Nilsson used to live in the state of Pará. Then he moved with his family to Paraná State in search of better health treatments. After failing to obtain good results, he began to seek God's help.
My mother-in-law, she was the one who took us to the National Grace of God Church.
I was already a faith-show sponsor, and I only had blessings and victories in my life.
Through the sponsorship, I also felt that I strengthened my faith.
Today I'm a sponsor because I know that this work is very important indeed.
We saw an announcement that Dr. Soares was coming to Paraná.
I had faith that the moment we entered the church, something was going to happen. So after we arrived and the time came for the prayer, right? When Dr. Soares called people to the altar.
I got up out of my chair and I was determined. I was the first one to get to the altar.
So bend all the way down 4 times now. Do it quickly. It's now or never. Bend down now. 4 times. Look, there's some here doing things that even young people cannot do, folks. Oh, glory to God. This is so wonderful. It's such a beautiful scene to behold.
In that exact moment, I started to cast out those demons. I began to realize that the demon that used to oppress me, he was cast down in that moment when I did those exercises, those movements.
Dr. Soares, I was just healed now. Who was healed just now? Tell me about it. Raise your hand. What was your problem?
Scoliosis, lordosis, arthritis, arthrosis, 2 herniated discs, and 2 osteophytes.
How long have you suffered with those?
Over 10 years. I wasn't able to do certain movements.
So do those movements now.
I couldn't even walk 10 meters.
Do them now. Do these movements now. Oh, Jesus, you are wonderful. Bring this man up here. Go around there. Come here, my friend. What were you unable to do, Nilsson?
I would be walking with my wife and my daughter, and before I could walk through the first 100 meters, I would ask my wife and my daughters to stop for a while. I had to sit down or find a support so I'd be able to keep walking because the pain in my back reflected down to my legs. They'd hardened, and I wasn't able to walk.
How about now, Nilsson?
Now I was able to do that exercise.
Do it. How about now, Nilsson? He became a little boy, folks. Nilsson, go down there. Walk normally now, Nilsson. Look at this, folks. Where's your wife? Are you his wife? Did Wilson really suffer this problem?
Yes, he sure did.
Did he sit down often?
When was that? It was last week. We went out. Then we started to talk. The place was a little bit far from our home, right? Then he said, "Lucidalva, I'm in a lot of pain. I said, "What now? There's nowhere for you to sit down?" Then eventually he sat down so he would be able to start walking
But now he's
again.
running like a child. Glory to God.
The more he wanted to jump, to move around like that, the more my heart, I was so deeply touched. I couldn't contain myself. I was bursting with joy, so much joy in my heart.
And when Dr. Soares said, "Bend down like this 4 times, do this exercise now," I did it with so much faith, with so much conviction. I did it so heartily that if it was going to get any worse, I would have fallen to the ground and screamed and everyone would see it. But it was the opposite. I didn't feel any pain, and from that moment on, I felt that I was completely strong and strengthened, as I am until this day. And I went back home very happy, very joyful. As if I was a child or a teenager, I had the desire to play ball. I stopped taking the medication.
He lifts heavy things, he travels, now he's just fine. I can see he's walking well, and he's doing things he couldn't do before.
Now I'm able to ride my bicycle, play ball. I can only thank God for restoring me.